Welcome to another amazing World Top 10 episode. In today's video, we will be honoring some of the most talented and recognized celebrities that are no longer with us today and we sadly lost in 2020. 2020 was a strange year for everyone, and among the weirdness, we lost some of the most iconic people. We feel as though this may need a part 2 as many recognized celebrities sadly lost their lives. Let us know in the comments if you'd like another episode honoring more celebs. Number 10. Diego Maradona. Diego Maradona rose rapidly through the ranks to become the greatest football player of all time due to his superb dribbling action, strong assists, precise passes, and outstanding footwork. This incredibly talented young man, Argentina's national hero and pride, was born to play the sport. As a result, despite being from a poor family and little financial resources, he began playing football at the age of 10 and made his professional debut at the age of 16. His agility and physical power gave him an advantage over other athletes, helping him to reach the peak of success. He progressed from an amateur club player to the most coveted soccer player throughout a 21-year career. In 91 international appearances, he scored 34 goals. He was named FIFA Player of the Century for his outstanding performance on the pitch. He is the only player in World Cup history to lead a team 16 times, which is a World Cup record. Maradona scored some pretty spectacular goals, but one of the goals he is known for is dubbed the Hand of God. This is the phrase Maradona used when he was asked how the goal was scored. His response, "A little with my head, and a little with the hand of God." In the 1986 World Cup semi-finals, Argentina played England where Argentina was victorious, winning 2-1. Maradona scored both goals. The other goal is recognized as the goal of the century. Diego Maradona died of a heart attack at his home in Buenos Aires on November 25, 2020. He underwent surgery for a blood clot in his brain 2 weeks before his death. Number 9. Naya Rivera. Naya Rivera was an actress and singer from the United States, better known for her role as Santana Lopez in the television series Glee. Rivera's acting talent was firmly rooted from the start, making her a promising entertainer. Rivera was immersed in the world of glitz and glamour even before she turned 1 year old. She began doing advertisements at the age of 8 or 9 months and landed her first acting role at the age of 4, playing Hillary Winston in the sitcom The Royal Family. Even though her modeling career took off right away, she didn't get her big break until she was cast in Glee. Rivera made a strong impact as Santana Lopez, a young talented actress who appeared to be the best at what she did. Despite her role as the mean girl, she was adored by the public. She quickly ascended the popularity ladder and became the talk of Hollywood, winning several awards. She appeared on several lists of the country's most desirable women, including FHM's World's Sexiest Woman, People en Español's 50 Most Beautiful, and 3 times in Maxim's Hot 100. She was ranked number 1 on the After Ellen Hot 100 list in 2012 and number 37 on Men's Health's Hottest Women of 2014. Naya Rivera was reported missing on July 8, 2020, when her 4-year-old son, Josie, was discovered alone in Rivera's leased boat at Lake Piru, near Santa Clarita, California. Her body was discovered in Lake Piru on July 13 after a 5-day search. Number 8. Rocky Johnson. Rocky Johnson was a retired professional wrestler from Canada. Although some remember him as a legendary WWE superstar, others remember him as the son-in-law of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, and even others remember him as the father of Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. He was the first African American to win the World Tag Team title, as well as the NWA Southern Heavyweight Memphis Champion and the NWA Georgia Champion. In 1991, he retired from the ring, but he didn't stop wrestling because he started teaching his son, who is now a well-known wrestler who kept his father going. He fought champions like Mike Sharp, Don Muraco, Greg Valentine, Buddy Rose, and Adrian Adonis after being signed by the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. He formed a tag team with Tony Atlas, and they were the first African-American tag team to win the Tag Team Championship. He was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame by his son in the 2008 class. He was also the first non-Samoan to be named the High Chief. He was given the title High Chief Tafiaiafi. Rocky Johnson died at his home in Lutz, Florida, on January 15, 2020, at the age of 75. Number 7. Kelly Preston. Kelly Preston is a former model and actress from the United States. She has starred in over 60 television and film productions. She is well known for her roles in films such as Mischief, Twins, and Jerry Maguire. Kelly was born in Hawaii but had to migrate to Iraq as an infant. After that, she spent a significant amount of time in Australia. When she returned to Hawaii, she began performing in advertisements and gained a strong passion for the craft, which she pursued full-time. Kelly has collaborated with many well-known actors and actresses, including Quentin Tarantino, George Clooney, Harvey Keitel, Kevin Spacey, Deborah Winger, Zooey Deschanel, Hank Azaria, and her husband John Travolta. She's since starred in several critically acclaimed short films, including the 1996 film Small Surprises, which was nominated for an Academy Award. She was a strong advocate for the needs of parents and infants. She was also a strong advocate on tobacco, education, and environmental issues. She enjoyed spending time with her family and grandchildren. Kelly Preston died of breast cancer on the 12th of July 2020, at the age of 57. Number 6. Sean Connery. Sir Thomas Sean Connery was a Scottish actor who was best known for playing James Bond in films. He began working at a young age to support his family after growing up in poverty. He was passionate about bodybuilding and participated in a competition that changed the course of his life. His muscular physique was admired, and he was encouraged to audition for a role in a musical. He landed the role and wanted to pursue acting as a career for the rest of his life. Along with his theatre career, he appeared in small roles in films and television shows. When he was asked to play James Bond in the films based on Ian Fleming's novels, he got his big break. He played the part with such aplomb that he became an instant sensation. He received a lot of acclaim for his depiction of the legendary character, and he built a large fan base around the world. Apart from playing Bond, he has acted in many other critically and commercially successful films. He was one of the industry's most charming and charismatic actors, with a deep sense of reverence for his fans, who transformed him from a commoner to an iconic superstar of all time. On June 8, 2006, he announced his retirement from acting when earning the American Film Institute's Lifetime Achievement Award. Sean Connery passed away peacefully in his sleep in the Bahamas on October 31, 2020, at the age of 90. Number 5. John Lewis. John Lewis was a member of the United States House of Representatives representing Georgia's 5th Congressional District from 1987 until he died in 2020 and was one of the most prominent and influential leaders of the American civil rights movement. Lewis, a native of segregated Alabama, grew up knowing firsthand what it meant. He was one of the Big Six, founders of the alliance that put together the landmark 1963 March on Washington. The others comprised of James Farmer, Roy Wilkins, Whitney Young, A. Philip Randolph and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Authorities brutally assaulted John Lewis, who was leading a Selma to Montgomery march over the Edmund Pettus Bridge, in an event that became known as Bloody Sunday. John Lewis led 3 Selma to Montgomery marches. John Lewis first got active in civil rights organizing in Nashville, where he began participating in nonviolent sit-in demonstrations at lunch counters and other segregated public spaces. In 1961, he was arrested for the first time during the initial Freedom Rides agitation, in which Lewis and 12 others rode interstate buses to challenge a rule excluding black and white passengers from sharing seats. He became a member of the Democratic Party after entering politics. He retained an almost reverent commitment to his steadfast liberal principles throughout his time in the U.S. Congress, consistently opposing laws that he believed violated them, including legislation introduced by his own party. In the U.S. presidential elections of 2008 and 2012, he backed Barack Obama, and in 2016, he backed Hillary Clinton. Walking with the Wind, a memoir of the revolution, John Lewis' autobiography, was published in 1998. Lewis revealed to reporters in December 2019 that he had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He died in Atlanta on July 17, 2020. Number 4. Caroline Flack. Caroline Flack was a British television presenter who anchored some of the country's most popular reality shows. Hers is a tale of how a girl from a normal family rose to become one of England's most famous faces, and how the very public that earned her fame often took her down. Flack was the youngest of 4 siblings who grew up in a safe and secure environment. Since she was a child, she was interested in dancing and performing. She studied as a dancer and a theatre artist after graduating from high school. She moved to London after completing her schooling to work in the film industry. Jobs came slowly and gradually, and she was soon hosting some of the most successful reality shows on television. She appeared in dance reality shows and won them at the height of her fame. She also appeared on stage in London's prestigious West End Theatre. Although her career seemed to be going on, the toll that relentless media scrutiny was having on her was not evident. While the media praised her accomplishments, they frequently chastised her for her mistakes. Flack used to have personal problems, and matters came to a head after she was charged with murdering her boyfriend and was sentenced to prison. Caroline Flack was discovered dead in her apartment in Stoke Newington, London, on February 15, 2020. During the inquest, it was discovered that she had committed suicide by hanging herself. A day before her suicide, she learned that she would be arrested. Number 3. Lexi Alagi. Aaliyah Lynch was an American rapper, musician, and songwriter who rose to fame after the release of her Grammy-nominated mixtape, You Should Be Here, which included the song Jealous, which was featured on Billboard. Her popular collaboration with singer Kehlani was also included on the mixtape. Lynch began her career as an emerging rock star, writing raps for hit songs and finally breaking into the mainstream music scene. She released her first single at the age of 16 and quickly rose to prominence in the industry. Following that, she had a string of hits. She went on to do more remixes. She used to rap to the beats of Dej Loaf, Tupac, and Drake's hit songs while she was in high school. Lynch's 16-track album, Growing Pains, dealt with critical topics. She would have been considered one of the most influential recording stars of the modern era if she had not died prematurely. Lynch passed away on January 1, 2020, at the Lowe's Minneapolis Hotel. She died as a result of ingesting a poisonous cocktail of fentanyl and ethanol, according to a toxicology study published later. Number 2. Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman was an American actor better known for his roles in the films 42 and Get On Up, in which he played Jackie Robinson and R&B singer James Brown. He was also known for his portrayal of Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe film series, which included Captain America, Civil War and Black Panther. He was born to African-American parents who inspired him to fulfill his dream of being an actor. He started his acting career after finishing his studies by featuring in a variety of television shows. He then moved into filmmaking as well. He appeared in the war drama film Da 5 Bloods in 2020. On June 12, 2020, Netflix released the film. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, his final film, was released posthumously, and Boseman's success won him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor and a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor. Aside from acting, he loved playing basketball, which he did as a kid in South Carolina. Following a 4-year battle with colon cancer, Chadwick Boseman died on August 28, 2020, in Los Angeles, California. He was 43 years old at the time. Number 1. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bean Bryant was a former professional basketball player in the United States. He was a famous and active basketball player during his day. His father is a retired professional basketball player who is most likely the source of his passion for the sport. He began playing at a young age and has represented his school in various games. He helped his school win for the first time in 53 years, which was a major achievement for Bryant and his school. Bryant dropped out of college to try a career in basketball after graduating from high school. He was one of the few players selected into the NBA straight out of high school. He was named to his longtime favorite franchise, the Los Angeles Lakers, and he never looked back. With each game, his performance improved, and he added another feather to his cap. He suffered injuries and became embroiled in scandals, but he came out on top. He had set several new records as well as breaking many existing ones. He was a valuable member of his club, the Los Angeles Lakers, and devoted his entire 20-year career to them. Bryant announced his retirement on November 29, 2015, in a poem titled Dear Basketball, in which he expressed his passion for the sport since childhood. He also shared his admiration for his beloved team, the Los Angeles Lakers, and thanked his supporters for supporting him as he progressed through the sport. He also received the most votes in the 2016 All-Star Tournament, 1.9 million more than Stephen Curry. In 2008, this exceptional player was named the NBA's most valuable player. On 2 occasions, he was named the NBA Finals MVP. On 5 occasions, he led his team to victory in the NBA playoffs. 18 times Bryant was named an NBA All-Star. He was named NBA All-Star Game MVP on 4 occasions. He was the owner of Kobe Bryant Inc., a business that invests in a variety of new sports products. One of the company's first acquisitions was in a sports drink brand called BODYARMOR. Bryant chronicled his career in his memoir, The Mamba Mentality, How I Play, which was released in October 2018. Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna Bryant, died in a helicopter crash near Calabasas, California, on January 26, 2020. That brings us to the end of today's episode of Amazing World's 10 Celebrities Who Died in 2020. We hope you will join us in the comments section to pay respect to these extremely talented and influential people. Be sure to like, subscribe and share this video with your family and friends. Also, make sure to check out the channel's other amazing content. Thanks for watching. See you next time.